Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Welcome to the Disco Ball Discourse tonight. It's me.
And me.
Right. And if you don't know who we are by now, that's okay. This might be the first introduction, and you can get to know us pretty quick tonight because we're going to talk about a lot of things about us and the podcast, I guess. And we're just really excited to be back for the new year. I'm going to take a second and reflect. Whenever I started this podcast, I have a last year's episode of Happy New Year by myself, trying to be fake happy and trying to make fake new goals. Not fake, it's just...
She's gotten a lot better at faking it.
No comment. So I'm really happy to be from my last year's podcast to this one because I was in a totally different place, as everyone probably is over a year. And I'm really excited for today and to do this. And I'm not by myself. So this is great.
Things have changed up a little bit for her, I guess. How many episodes have you gotten in?
You know what? I'm not sure. I'm actually going to have to look, but it's a few. But when I started the podcast, it was just me alone, and
your kids,
and I did have guests. I had some,
special guests.
I had some special guests, but the beginning of this came from such a sad and dark place, and I'm really glad to be here in January of 2026 because that's not what it is anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and tell them what we're going to talk about today?
So we're going to recap on 2025 for both me and her. And as you'll probably know, April 19th, right?
Yes.
Not more. Okay, so kind of beginning-ish, mid-year, we actually met each other, but we were somebody before in the year 2025.
Yes.
Yes. So we're going to kind of go over where we've come from, where we are now, and where we're going. Hopefully, the plan is in 2026.
Yes. And also at the same time, we want to go ahead and say that but we both agree on this. We're not the new year, new me. I'm going to drink 2 gallons of water and do 1,000 push-ups twice a day, or we're not
doing 2,000 push-ups.
He can win that one. I don't even care. I'm not even jealous. But I'm not a real New Year's resolution type of person. And, we've talked about it. You don't have to start on Monday, January 1st or whatever for anything. Yeah. Just start something new when you want to. So we're not going to be here with a bunch of fake positivity.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, no.
This is very realistic. And hopefully it makes things for you feel more attainable by just having really realistic goals. So this is the most realistic New Year, new me. Same me, a little bit better me, and the year changed to another year. There you go.
A couple days ago, like, oh, that was last year. The only thing that's relevant for New Year, New Me, the day after 2025 to 2026 is dad jokes. I'll do that next year. This milk expired last year.
He told me that the other day, and I was like, wait, what? And it took me like 5 whole minutes to realize what he was doing. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Because I like to be the one to be the dad joker or mom joker. And I just met my match on that. And it's weird. So I take him so seriously.
I'm a formidable opponent.
Yes.
Formidable.
Yes.
There we go. Formidable. My 2026 resolution, use words better.
Yes, do the word saying
do
and
word
speaking
stuff better.
Yes. Okay. And we're saying that while we're on a podcast.
Exactly.
But this is our own rules, So if we make up a word here and there, well, you know what? Then we do. Mm-hmm. But we're going to try. We're going to try to use the grown-up words the right way.
If you know what we mean, then it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, we probably do, so...
We may put it like a little caption up there, description, or definition.
You need a dictionary and a thesaurus to watch this podcast.
Yes, and we are from Texas, so we do some Texas slang around here, around these parts.
Okay, you know what's funny? Let's say there's someone who's not from Texas or has never seen us before. We've said... Happy New Year. And they probably like Texas. I already knew. But actually, now that you bring that up, it's really interesting. You mentioned one of my guests that I had before, Jeff, which is my son's father-in-law. And he's a really good friend of mine. So he's been a guest on the podcast before. He watched our first podcast that we did together and he called him out.
Yeah. I have some Okie roots.
Yes.
And is he from Oklahoma? Whoa. That's weird.
Yes.
Impressive.
He's never met him before in person. He's never had a conversation with him. And he watched our first podcast and said, I hear Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. So, because you were born in Texas, but you lived a lot of your life in Oklahoma.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I was actually born here in Texas, then moved to Oklahoma for majority of my upbringing, then back to Texas, then to New Mexico, and now I'm back in Texas. Texas will not let me go.
Well, I'm glad because I'm in Texas.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
This town specifically. So thanks for coming back.
Specifically back.
Welcome. Thank you for
coming. Yeah, good to be back. Good to be back.
Welcome.
Yes, yes.
Wait, and you know what? This isn't even on our goals subject here, and I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. I was wrong about something, and I would like to get this recorded for him. Okay, it's not even your birthday.
Goodness.
And I'm recording this.
Take notes.
Since I met him, I love his blue eyes. Okay.
She's literally looking me in the eyes and saying, "You've got blue eyes." No, I don't.
Yes, he does. Well, okay, according to me.
Thank you.
According to me. However, we settled the bet because we were going back and forth and holding up a shirt that's green and a shirt that's blue because his driver's license says green on there. And we were arguing.
I'm like, green too.
I look at your eyes all the time, so I'm right. And we're having this discussion. I finally said, call your mom. Get on the phone right now and call your mom.
What did she say? Now, the first part didn't count. She was like, his eyes are like sea colored of northern, like she went into this
the northern Atlantic at sunset or something like that.
I lost halfway through and I was like, on a color wheel, are they blue or green? And what did she say?
Mama said,
say it.
They're green.
That's right, they are.
I'm going to say I disagree. However, I respect the woman who birthed and raised him so much because I got a chance to meet her after Christmas and she spent some time here with us and she raised him and she had him. And you know what? I'm a mom. Don't question me on something I'm sure about. And so whenever he asked her the question and she said, your eyes are green, I said, I will drop it. She is right. I am wrong. Respect to the mama.
That's right.
That's right. So even if I look at him and see blue, mama said they're green. Moms win.
Mama said.
Team moms.
Mama said.
Okay, so that's just us, I guess, kind of getting loose here. We want to talk about our New Year's goals. No. What's happened and then the goals for the new year that we're already in, that's already started.
So, like I mentioned in April 19th, 17th, technically speaking, 17th, I matched with her on Facebook dating. Finally, I will say, good for you, Facebook. You actually did your job. Finally. Swiped on her, and the first day of talking was just hours of just texting back and forth. No dull conversations. No, oh, how are you? I'm good. How are you? What's your favorite color? What? Green.
I was going to say, what color are your eyes? Lies.
How are you? Yeah, just like the monotonous stuff. No, it was straight out of the gates. It was funny because we were both like, here's my past trauma. Oh, yeah? I see your past trauma and raise you a good one. Like, it was great conversations back and forth. And then finally got a date. And it took 2 days of consistently talking for her to be like, I guess he's not a bot. Maybe.
Bots can't be this funny.
Yeah, bots are hilarious. This chat GPT is getting good. But we met, and something that was funny is I've only known her since that day forward. And I hear a lot about how she was in the past. But one thing, she just came up to me, like I saw her walk in, I was like, there's a pretty girl right there. She comes walking up, looks at me, walks right up, hi, and gives me a hug. And I was like, oh, she's a hugger. Cool. Bet. No awkward, weird handshake. Cool. Just comes up, gives me a hug. Now, to me, I was like, this is her. This is who Emily is. Come to find out, no.
I was just going to say the people who know me that are watching this are like, no, she's not. Didn't you just ask one of my best friends?
Yes.
Is she a hugger? And she goes, no.
No. I bet everybody's like, did she trip? Is that what happened? Like, no, she came up and gave me a hug.
You know what? I have no idea why. I've been on other first dates before. I am not a natural hugger. And I saw this guy and I was like, he looks so
Huggable.
Yeah, and kind. And I was like, it just happened. And I was like, well. And so I guess now I'm a hugger if you have green eyes. I don't know.
That's what it is. She was like, he's a blue-eyed guy. I'm not going to, those are green. He deserves a hug. They are so green.
They're not. People are going to intensely stare you in the eye when they meet you. And I hope that they do.
Yeah, they can sure do it. And actually, you know what? You guys decide. We may put up a picture or something. You decide. Is this green or is this blue? It's green.
Blue.
We all know because Mama said it's green.
Okay,
so,
yes.
But after that, just kind of didn't separate. Just kind of kept being together and.
For sure. You keep going on your list there, sir.
Yeah, but and I've never done a podcast before. Ever in my life. Never once. I haven't even really watched them. I've seen clips of like Joe Rogan and stuff like that. But I've never actually done a podcast ever in my life. Ever. So and I've been interested in it. I just never have. And she goes, oh, hey, I've got a podcast if you want to look at it before you meet me. And I'm like, say, what? That's crazy. Cool. Yeah. And then we just got together and decided, let's do this podcast thing.
Because of the way, which I actually thought this might have been just the beginning of dating thing, but we talked so much for hours and hours and hours and getting to know each other. I thought, well, we have really good conversation. Maybe this will translate into the podcast. And the thing is, even as far down the line now as we are, we still have really good, productive, fun, and funny conversations. So I just think that's part of us. And the podcast, the first one, was kind of a test to see if there would be some chemistry, and how we would flow with that. And we found that this is something we both really look forward to.
And then what would you call your ranking at the church?
Today?
No, not today. Back in the day.
Well, let me just describe it this way. I came from a very religious background, and into my adulthood got a lot of chances to be in church leadership for many years. I wouldn't know how to put it into ranking, and if you're in Mormon world, I guess you would get it, but I was the primary president for the majority of 10 years, and then I was the young women's president at one time, and also, I don't know how you'd say it in Mormon way, but I was married to the branch president for a few years too. Mm-hmm. So,
and you're Mexican, so El Presidente for some.
That wasn't required. I took cult of that.
Well, with you doing that, being so involved, and then still being a real person whenever I met you, that it wasn't just like, oh, I'm, there's a halo above me,
No.
And every time I step, there's pillows of dust and sparkles, and look at me. No, you're very much a real person. You've actually made me be able to get closer to God again. Like, it's not, don't get me wrong, you should never renounce God, like, oh, I'm embarrassed to talk about God or anything like that. But being around you and how you are and who you were at one time and your dad and just kind of all of that together was like, maybe I should try and get back in touch with God, back to a nice, healthy connection with Him. And it really has been a healing journey for me doing that.
He even just wrote it down earlier, and I was like, well, I'm going to quit looking at your list because you're going to make me cry. Everyone's journey with God is so different. And even in what I said, I listed off church positions and how many years and all. That doesn't always make you the closest to God. And I've been through a difficult past couple of years. And so I felt very disconnected myself, not God doing anything, abandoning me or anything. And so to come to meeting him and us talking as much as we do, you can always only talk so much about your childhood and funny things and everything before life starts to get really real. And I felt not only a regular connection to him, like, oh, well, we have, chemistry, we can date, we can hang out. But very quickly and soon on, I felt like we had a very spiritual connection. And we both had to start to recognize that. And it's been really, really good for the both of us. And not saying I brought it. I think that we brought it out in each other.
No, yeah, I think you helped facilitate it on my side of things, where I was kind of more, I've lost my way per se, where God isn't real, or God isn't watching me, or God isn't a God. God is something that as we as humans can't fathom, that kind of thing. And I think on your side of things was God doesn't care. God's there, but God is punishing you for whatever reason, kind of thing.
I had what I would say was a warped view at some point. Like I've never been out to be a bad person or to do bad things to other people. And why am I here? And why did this hurt so bad? And why was it so terrible? And it's been really eye-opening for me. I know we're still on your list, not on my list really here, but it took me a while to get to the point to realize that that was literally God's blessing to remove someone from my life that was going to continue to destroy it, my life, my spirit, me, and my blessing had to hurt, and it had to be not my idea for me to understand. And so it's a very full circle moment to come around to that. And from, like I said, even the beginning of my podcast, I was like, I got to get better. I'm on this healing journey. I'm doing all these things. And I wasn't, but I was trying so hard. And of all the things I could try and do, the one thing that was missing was God and my open heart to letting him back in. So I'm going to actually jump over and go to mine, because the reason I want to get to mine is because my first one's so exciting. It's like my favorite thing on the whole list. So my 2025, the very beginning, this is actually February 18th. And that's an important date for a reason, because I don't know, February 19th was all full for some reason. But February 18th, I became a grandma. And I had no idea what thank you, what all was going to go into that. Now, I will say baby girl took her sweet darn time getting here. Her poor mama was, I think, 46 hours in labor in the hospital, not sleeping, closing her eyes, breathing, snoring, and waking back up. And I mean, I've had 3 children by C-section. I've been pregnant 3 times. And what I saw my daughter-in-law do was amazing. And so really look up to her for that. Grateful that she carried this baby. Grateful my son married her, that they, brought this baby into this world. And it was, I actually didn't think anything better would happen the whole year. I really did it, because it was a super huge highlight. And she's a sweet little baby angel child. And don't ask me what color her eyes are. Yeah. Or her hair. She's a blonde, but it's turning a little strawberry blonde. I don't know. Don't ask me colors. I'm apparently wrong. But
she's blind and colorblind.
Yes, I guess. She's cute. That's all I know. So that was what I really thought was going to be just the hugest highlight, and not saying that it wasn't, but that was an amazing, amazing start to my year of 2025. So I'm really glad. And that was what I really thought was the highlight of the year. It all just kept getting better. That's what I mean. I'm not downplaying that. Ever. Really. No, you know what? And I haven't been able to say that in years. Best year ever. There've been some highlights, but okay. So after baby girl, grandbaby, cutest thing in the world, another really great part of this year, of course, was us meeting in April. And I'm not going to edit that out. And I'm trying not to get super emotional. Meeting someone with blue-green eyes and meeting someone new at this time of my life was, I don't want to say it was unexpected, because I was actively looking for someone on Facebook dating, but I just didn't have a lot of hope in the quality of a relationship. I have been divorced twice. I don't know if I've said that 90,000 times on this podcast and when I started in the first place. But, it just wasn't what I had in my mind for the plan for my life. And so I just have a lot of trust issues. And I just wasn't sure. And so, like he said, when we first met for our first date, it was like, hey, guess what? And, well, hey, guess what? Well, hey, guess what? And this is what I expect. Not in a mean way, but I feel like I require this out of a relationship, and about really meeting someone, about being with someone. We kind of both stood our ground on that and came out with things really clearly from the beginning.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to deal with this.
Yep.
Why would you? Yeah, why would you? That's stupid. Don't do that.
Yeah. And then we're looking at each other across the table like, Wait, are we agreeing?
Yeah.
This is reasonable?
And we're both like, why wouldn't you do that in a relationship? Right?
Right, exactly. So
Right?
there was so much that came from it that was unexpected. So much so, and I'll talk about this with my goals for later, that I had a hard time believing it for a long time, and actually had a hard time that it was so much healthy and good that I was like, so what's your deal?
Well, and we've kind of talked about this a few times. It's like your nervous system is used to chaos and deception and all of that. So whenever things are out of whack of what you're used to, it's not chaotic, it's not deception, it's actually peace and calm and sincerity. It's kind of like, what is happening? What's
Yeah,
going on?
what do I do?
I don't feel safe. Panic.
Yeah, what do I do
Panic.
with all this peace and safety and honesty? So the next part that came up was in May, my youngest child graduated high school and already had a plan to go to school in another state. And so I became an empty nester. Well, a little bit empty. I count that as your children are gone. And so I had older children. They had already left the house. And so this was my last one. And she left, and I had no idea. I'd had people tell me before, my parents included, I had no idea what that was going to feel like until it happened. And I will say the first couple of months was some tough stuff.
Yeah.
It was really hard. You don't know what it feels like. You know, I had my son 25 years ago, and I've been a mom every single day, very hands-on since. And, you know, when one would graduate and move somewhere else and, start their life, it was kind of okay because you had someone else at home. And the last one turned into a real grown-up, and she really went really far, and that was really hard. So she left me the dog.
And apparently the turtle.
And
Anybody
the turtle.
want a turtle?
Yes.
Make a comment. Just somebody come take the turtle.
I inherited pets, and I guess that's okay. But I'm really glad that my empty nester stage in life got to be empty of children, but with you. Mm-hmm. And so it's actually now, once you get past the really, really hard part, and my parents and other people did say this too, woohoo! Like, it's so much fun. Like, every room in the house is just yours. Like, you just put crap anywhere.
Yeah, it's nice. It really is nice. You're like, look at all this room for activities.
Exactly.
We can make a podcast room.
Guys, we have a podcast room. Like, what? I don't even have a big house. Another milestone in August, and this one actually is a really big deal.
Ah.
I hit my 10-year anniversary of working at my job. And that was a really big deal because I only had my first job right out of high school, right before I got married and in my first year of marriage. And it was, about a year that I worked there. And then I was a stay-at-home mom for 15 years. And so I didn't enter the workforce again until, my kids were all still at home and growing up. And I started one job somewhere. I worked there for 6 months, and it was fine. It was okay. I could just tell it wasn't a great fit. So I started looking for something else, and I found a job as an office manager for a plumbing and heating and air company. And I didn't know what to expect from that. And I ended up loving the environment so much. And I know that's funny. People who know me as a bubbly person and a people person, and I don't know, you just wouldn't say, I think she does plumbing and heating and air. And that's her passion.
She's very blue collar workforce.
Right. You wouldn't think that of me. Probably even still people who meet me probably wouldn't think that. But I am able to work for such amazing people in an amazing environment. And I'm going to say this. I enjoy what I do so much because people are like, how could, it's just you and you're a girl and a woman. And how could you work around, all those men? And I was like, listen, it's awesome. And the reason why is because
no drama
at all. They just do their job and they give each other a hard time. And yeah, sometimes I'm included in that, but like in a really fun, playful way. Because if anybody were not be nice to me, guess what? I've got great bosses.
Oh,
they wouldn't let that happen.
You've actually done a ownership change in that company as well. Mm-hmm. So you were there for the ending of 2 owners, mm-hmm. and then they bestowed it upon one of their sons.
I'm gonna cry again.
who was actually working before the changeover. So
Yeah.
he's been kind of working there for a good long time too.
And
And
my
he took
coworker
over the
from day one
reins.
too. And you know what? The relationships that you build with people that you just work with, it's amazing because think about it. During my 10 years of working, I'm spending 40 hours a week at work and the rest of my time at home or with my family. Those are the people you see all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people that you spend most of your time and your life with. And so it was really important to me that those relationships and the environment were healthy. And they were so healthy for me because I was coming out of one divorce and, new to the workforce and, single mom with my kids to a whole other relationship and that one ending too. And I was able to have, this is what's really cool. We said no drama. Also, do you know how to clear out a room of men? Start to cry. That's all you got to do. Just get
It
the
is
little
kind of
bit.
like kryptonite.
It is. You just get a little bit teary eyed and they're like, don't want to be in here.
Nope. You good? I'm fine. Like, okay, I'm going to take your word for it and bounce.
Boom. I mean, they just scatter. And honestly, that's been nice. It's been really nice. It's not that they don't care. It's just they don't know what to say. And they know it's going to be super emotional. And they're like, yeah.
It's just a fitting. It's okay. I just need a fitting.
Not to say,
I'll get it myself. It's
right.
okay.
You know what? I don't need anything. Bye. No, it's actually really great because it's a healthy balance of an environment. And, everyone just does their job and we have the best time when we have like the company Christmas party or anytime we'll do a lunch or something together because we're just like buddies. Like everything's just really fun and mostly really positive and uplifting. Sometimes we'll have a job or a customer that'll challenge us, but we're all on the same team. And so then we can kind of, just get through it together. And, the hardest thing I have to do is they come in here in my office and ask me for a Band-Aid or hot chocolate. Oh my gosh. Bring your own hot chocolate from home, bro. Gee.
You got a Tylenol?
Right. No, really. I do say that. There is an age gap, obviously. And so I'm like office mom. And I like that. And I can also tell them, get out of my office. So I don't. Everybody gets along really well. And it's a lot of fun to love waking up every morning to go to the place where you work because we all got to work. We all have to pay bills and survive and everything. And 10 years, it doesn't feel like it at all. And I'm so grateful because I still get up in the morning excited to go to work. I really do. Okay, so my next, Hayden and I talked about this and we kind of do all the time. Started going to the gym, which is a huge mountain for me to climb. Mountain climbers. It just was because I have not given myself the time or allowance to take care of my physical fitness. And I don't mean bodybuilder or bikini model. I just mean take care of myself. And that really
being active again
and knowing that I could, because at one point you're like, getting off the couch kind of hurts. So I can't do any more than that. So taking it on and saying it's going to hurt and it's going to be difficult for a while and you can still do it has been great.
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody motivating you and holding you accountable.
Yes, because sometimes if it's you could just go lay down.
Yeah, I could go and do push-ups or could eat these chips.
Yeah, and which one sounds better? Push-ups down to eating your pile of chips. Okay, so next thing on my list I'm going to talk about, and I kind of touched on this a little bit. I've finally decided, even though more than a year ago and however many episodes ago, I started the podcast for this reason. I was really faking it to get through. But this year I have decided, just as of recently, to finally practice actively healing. And I want to say it that way exactly because going through a severely traumatic event and then trying to put one foot in front of the other and then trying to wake up on time and trying to still get to work and take care of your kids and do all those things. Those are survival tactics that you have to do to get through. And now I've realized through many conversations we've had together and experiences that now it's time for me to take my own responsibility and start trying to actively heal and not just wake up and survive. So this is a scary, hard step for me because as I'm trying to practice these things, sometimes it's every day. Sometimes it's reframing my own thoughts. Sometimes it's taking a deep breath. And I really want to be on the road to doing that because I have a responsibility to myself to make sure that happens, not be a victim of my trauma for the rest of my life. So it's really hard. It is not comfortable. And it's about facing some real reality that I don't even want to talk about sometimes. But I need to process things better and I need to be really good on the inside, not a happy person you see at the grocery store. I really need to be good. And I feel like that's a lot of what 2025 has done is open my eyes to the possibilities. And now that I'm going to credit him for 90% of it. And then as of yesterday, 10% to Dreambot.
Oh, well, now hold up, because you were even saying like everything that you're saying, Dreambot's saying too, but it was just hitting different because it was worded so perfectly.
So Dreambot, I ended up discovering because I have always been such a vivid dreamer. One of the episodes that he and I've done, the first one we did together was about dreams. Now, my dreaming has changed, been very suppressed in a good way because he's around me and I have a lot more peaceful feelings. I don't dream a lot, but when I do, taking a nap or when you're gone or whatever it is, sometimes I'll have dreams and they are always terribly traumatic. And so there used to be something online that was like dream interpretations, but it's like if you dreamed about all of your teeth falling out, that means you feel like you're losing control. Very general. Well, I found something online and it's called Dreambot AI. And it's awesome. Actually, every time I put something in there, I'm like, well, I just made myself cry again. Because you type in your dream in great detail, and dreams are dumb and weird and stuff flying out of the sky and all of that. And it doesn't matter because the AI bot analyzes it, and it's been so amazing because, like I said, 90% is coming from him, the things he's telling me out loud, looking at my face, watching me live life. And then Dreambot really is backing it up, saying, he is not that other person. This is what reality is. You are having these reactions because your nervous system is in a fight or flight mode. Mm-hmm. And so to hear it from your partner who knows you and who watches you go through these things, and then to hear it from a bot who is only being reasonable with the information that they're given and telling you the exact same thing, it's like, girl, you got to open your eyes. And you need to face these things, and you need to get better, and you need to do it. So I'm going to do it.
So to see somebody like you who works hard, is capable, and is a good person being affected as you are, you're the reason why whenever life coaching kind of came up to me, I was like, maybe I could do that because I feel like I have helped you. And I like doing that.
And I don't feel like it's even just super personal because you know me. You're such a good listener. Guys, have you ever had a man
look
at you with their blue-green eyes and actively listen to you for real? And I'm just making a joke with the man thing. I have many great men in my life. My dad, my brother, my nephews, my son. Like, I'm just kidding when I say things like that. But to have anyone that can actively listen to you and really care about what you're saying is very unique. And then care so much that they want to offer, not that kind of, well, you should just don't be.
Yeah, don't. Just don't.
Yeah. You have anxiety?
You that a lot. Yeah, just don't.
Just don't. I didn't sleep last night. Well, just don't do that and sleep.
Yeah. I'm feeling really sad.
Don't. Yeah, he's kidding. Of course, he asked.
No, I'm a great life coach. I mean, all of those. That's like hidden deals of all of my techniques. Just don't.
Just don't. The end. That'll be $1 million. So actually, that you're right, though. I think we've matched up in a lot of ways. We're very similar, but in this specific way, and for, I feel like mostly my benefit, but also yours too, we're not matched that way. I need someone who listens and someone who analyzes in a non-threatening way because they care and want you to get better. And so it's so funny. I have the answers and I know what they are usually. I just need to be asked the right probing questions. And it's just blown my mind wide open.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I've asked you a question and you're just like, I've never been asked that before.
Yes.
And just like really rattling your brain around a little bit to come up with an answer. It's not like, oh, he needs an answer. It's just,
I've literally never had the thought, and I got a lot of thoughts, but he'll ask me something that has to do with deeply only the way I feel or my true opinion on something or something that has to do with the well-being of just me. And I have learned to live my life without any of those things. Not saying that's healthy,
one of
but
them
I've learned
is,
to.
why don't you just not?
Yeah, it's a real intense conversation, as you
very
can
in
tell.
depth. Yeah.
But it really is. It's he's helped me on the road to self-discovery, and it's not you be better at cooking and dishes so that I can eat. It's not like that. It's not about us even. It really is about me, and I have a hard time. I know Miss Podcast and all that being in the spotlight. I like talking to people, and I like the fake attention and the high I get from doing things, being on camera and talking to other people. But don't you dare actually look at me or care about me or ask me what I think or how I feel, because those are difficult emotions for me to get a
Don't
hold
you
of.
be important.
No.
Don't you dare.
No.
How dare you.
I will skirt around that with a joke. Or, I mean, however I can, because I'm not used to having true concern and attention on me. So he'll ask me, like, well, what would you do if you had, 8 hours of the day to yourself? I don't know, something like that. And I would be like, well, I could fix this and call this person and do this and provide this. And he's like, no, I'm talking about you and just for you. And I don't know what the answer is. I don't know. And, I'm starting to learn that it's okay to explore that. And it's not selfish and it's not full of yourself to dig deep and explore.
One thing that I've told you is if you focus on you and be the best you is going to be the best partner, the best employee, the best mom, the best family member. The best you is going to be the best of all of those. So you need to focus on you. And it's not being selfish. It's just being the best you.
So I will say, I guess, in my own personal goals for 2026, even though I've been trying to understand and get there before, is that I need to get to know me. And the practice started some in 2025. He'd get ready to leave in the morning. He leaves for work before me. And he would say, I want you to remember to look in the mirror and say a good word about yourself to yourself. I'm going to cry again. Jeez, we need I'm going to cry count on here. Because
maybe we can get a little counter.
I guess we're going to have to count it up here or something. But nobody's ever asked me to do that for myself and to myself. And I will say I'm my own hardest critic. And even looking in the mirror, besides, hey, look presentable, to go somewhere, do things like that, to look at myself, to appreciate myself and to talk good about myself is something that's new and hard. And I didn't know how to do that. And it's been a difficult practice for me, but it's been very healthy because it's okay to know me and to love me, just me.
Be beautiful on the inside and out.
You like me on the outside too? I thought it was just his personality.
The camera, we're going to put a lot of filters on.
Tons of filters.
Lots of filters.
Okay, make me look 29.
Make me look beautiful, Mr. DeVille.
You're just going to see like this highly filtered eyelashes and everything. I'm going to look like a Kardashian over here.
Oh, yeah, because that's what Kardashians are known for.
What?
Their face.
I didn't expect that. Okay, well, can you tell me then, what are your goals for 2026?
So, and it was funny, we wrote these down and she wrote hers down first. I'm looking, this is going to be fast because a lot of these are the same. So on here, one thing that we both want to do is do gym consistency. Continue hitting the gym. We have kind of different goals of what we want from the gym, but we both want to go to the gym consistently. Don't go in there and half butt it or anything like that. Go in there, hit it hard.
We're not doing, 75 hard or a specific, I'm going to enter a competition by July, whatever. There's not any goals like that besides be better, improve, and like he said, specific like muscle groups and things like that. Like I'm not going to get giant biceps Or am I?
I was going to say, I'm not sure about you.
But I mean, just different man, woman, body types, just the way you see things in your head.
The goal is swole.
Yes, the goal is swole.
Other than gym consistency, we both want to get our finances down. I know 2025 was a rough year for all sorts of people. Prices were high, pays were low, people were losing jobs at this point. I lost all sorts of stuff in 2025. I lost my truck. I'm trying to sell my house because I got divorced and still trying to get rid of that. So one of our goals is better finances.
Just a better hold on them, because after divorce, financially, besides emotionally, financially can be extremely devastating.
Yeah.
And you get a new place to live and figure things out. And now you're a one income household, and just, all the factors that can go into that. So he and I have been trying to be more financially conscious of what we have coming in and going out, and our responsibilities, and even, in our blending together, we haven't really looked at things really closely. And it is our goal now to just start to pay attention, refine things, and to just get better.
Yeah. Make investments where we can, save and trim the fat where we are just being wasteful and stuff, 2 Netflix accounts and stuff like that, and actually figure out, do we need Hulu, Netflix? Do we need all this other stuff that is just kind of draining us? So really tighten up on the finances. So other than finances and gym consistency, what is another one of your 2026 goals?
This one's funny because anyone else who knows me, you included, you're going to laugh because I seem to do this all the time. I have a goal to have more quality sleep.
There's a difference between quantity and quality.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say. I'm the sleepiest person alive, and it's not because there's no circumstance, because I was a teenager sleepy, I was a new mom sleepy, I was single with no kids sleepy. It doesn't matter. I'm always a sleepy person. And so I don't sleep well at night. A lot of it was from the trauma, honestly, because otherwise I was sleeping pretty well, and it affects everything about how you live and the whole next day. And so I need to try to get to bed earlier. And my favorite, I know when I've slept really good, is when I wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and like your side hurts because you've just been sleeping on only that side for all those hours. And I'm like, but yes, that means I slept so good.
That's that gym good pain. That's that sleep good pain.
Oh, yeah. I mean, oh my gosh, I just know, and I just feel so rested. And so I have a goal to be better rested, more peace, more routine. And like I said, it really helps that now that he and I are together, that I don't have as many traumatic dreams or dreams at all. And so I can sleep a little bit better. So better sleep. And that kind of goes into another goal here that I have. I say kind of. The next two are kind of all tied together. I want to allow myself for a lot more self-care. Sleep is part of that. And by self-care, I know that sounds kind of silly. Like, why would you have a goal for self-care? I don't mean get my nails done all the time, or, kind of like I was going to say, not a bubble bath once a week. Actually, yes. Actually, anything that gives me time to really relax, be about myself, and rest or rejuvenate or make myself happy in those kind of ways. So if it's roller skating for 30 minutes, karaoke in the living room, or, a bubble bath and reading a book or taking a nap. And those are silly things. Those are specifically to me, but I really want to focus more on allowing myself to rest and give myself some time and self-care. And part of that was new in 2025, and I'd like to continue, is, this is going to sound funny coming from me. And yes, I am still very religious, so this is in a respectful way, because it can be twisted when you hear this from people, but meditation. And I will say, for years that I've heard that, I didn't really understand what that meant. But in my small time of experience with meditation, it allows me to make everything quiet, and you're supposed to shut off your mind and to be open to peace, or whatever might come to you. And it's for someone like me who's always wound up, lots of trauma, always responsibilities, and ignoring my inner peace and my inner self. I've had short experiences with that, and I really need to do that more because it's allowing myself to breathe. It's allowing myself to have peace and calm and really refocus. And so, meditation, and also, and this is going to make me cry also to say this because I've been in such a difficult place for a while, also prayer. And that's because I've been allowed to realize how important God is in my life. And it's never because he's not there. It's because I'm pushing him away or not inviting him in. And so for me to really be able to pour out my thoughts and feelings, and especially thankfulness to God for everything that he gives me daily and that he's even given me in the past, even through the hardest of times, it could have been so much worse. And so I'm loved, I'm protected, and I want to give more time in being grateful and having a better connection in that way, because I feel like it's like going to the gym and eating salad and drinking lots of water and getting lots of sleep. Like you're feeding yourself, your soul, and your spirit and your well-being by letting God be a part of that, because he's just sitting there waiting for us because he cares so much. When we've talked about things and put it in a parenting perspective, I don't care what my kids have done, or they were angry, or they were moody, or they were distant, or anything that they might have been through. I'm just sitting there loving them so hard through every single second of it, and just waiting for them to say, hey, Mom, can we talk? Hey, Mom, can I be close to you? You know, and God is the same way. But I can't just sit over here being a pouty teenager. I know everything and I can do it myself because I can't.
Yeah, I think we get too worked up in the, if I'm not perfect, God doesn't want me, versus God knows we're human. He accepts us for how we are. He just wants to be in our lives.
And that's it. He's just waiting for us, still looking over us, still blessing us, even in the times where we're not acknowledging him or being grateful or anything. And what a powerful tool we have to be able to pray and to communicate and to just really turn over and be vulnerable so that he can be in our lives. And that's funny, but we wrote that on both of our sides of the list, because even though we're going to benefit together as a couple, it's not like that. It's not we're going to have couples goals for that. It's such a personal goal. And
well, yours says meditation and prayer. Mine says get closer to God. So meditation and prayer, you're already around God per se. You're just fine tuning.
Yes, I guess that's a good way to say it.
I've been distant. So I'm not like, I'm just like, maybe. And now I've kind of come to accept it. Yeah, always that little tickle, the little guiding thing, the little, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that. It was probably God being like, don't do it. Just don't do it. Just do better. I know you can do better. I know you got this. You got free will, but I'm telling you, it doesn't work out if you do that. That little thing that's guided me and protected me for so long, it's been God.
So I feel like God gives us blessings and opportunities, and it's up to us what we do with them.
Mm-hmm. That's 100% true. And I feel like that at one time I was asking God, what do I need to do for a career? What am I good at that can be actually sustainable, profitable, and actually be worth doing something? And I think whenever I was going through the roughest, darkest times of my life, I was actually a GM of a store, and I was still encouraging people. I actually helped. He was an employee, but he was a customer. I kind of talked him out of suicide. All of these things that, even whenever I was in a very rough time, I was still able to help people get out of funks. And that's why I think health coaching, I had no idea about health coaches. Not a clue in the world. I asked God, I was like, hey, can you give me a path, a direction, some sort of sign of what I should be doing? And all of a sudden, here comes life coaching. So in 2020,
and me,
well, no,
I might have actually dumped it on him.
You came before, and then I got closer to God, asked God, hey, what should I do? And then was like, hey, Here you go.
Oh,
Here's a little something.
I just meant me dumping all the problems, and you were
no.
like,
You're just a really good test subject.
Yes.
Yes.
And I like it because mine's free.
No, is it something may vary? Results may vary.
Shoot. And I'm the first test subject.
Uh-huh.
No, that's okay. I feel like we've both benefited greatly from discovering our talents.
Yes, our talents. So my 2026 goal is I'm going to try and become health coach certified and start
Health or life?
Well,
Is it both? Like, describe the difference.
There's health and wellness. There's all sorts of different coaches. I come to find out there's grief coaches, recovery coaches, business coaches. There's relationship coaches. So I say life coach or health coach. I'm more of the mental health side of things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually a health recovery or life recovery.
Right, because it's not
coach.
Literally a therapist.
Yes, no, it's not somebody who's going to I'm not trying to diagnose anyone. I'm just trying to help someone. And by the way, kind of going into business together as a two-hit combo here, but
that's to be revealed in the future.
Oh, we're not going to talk about HH for HD?
Not my part of it yet.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a future endeavor. Right now, I'll be a little more behind the scenes as far as business planning, financial things like that. But the other half of it is still part of my self-discovery, and I'm waiting to reveal that one later.
Okay, well, I'm going to start a business.
Well, I'm going to help, obviously. Just my part in it is going to be a little more undefined, a little more office lady, because I'm good at that. I do want to say, even though we didn't write it down, this kind of has everything to do with what we were just talking about. But we are both discovering and nurturing our talents. And that's a lot to do with our regular life and just being better as a person and healing. And then also in the business way, because like you said, life coach and the direction that's taking you to our core. And this is not just like, oh, we're so amazing or whatever, but we are a glasses half full type of person.
Yeah, positive mindset.
We have a positive mindset. We enjoy peace and happiness, and we've been looking for it for a long time. And now we have each other to nurture each other, and we need to get better at doing that. We want to share that with other people. We want to share true happiness, healing, and positivity with other people. And we found that those are our true talents that are ingrained within us. And it's just the direction we want to go, not just for ourselves personally or for us as a couple, but we just want to share that. We want to encourage that. And we want that to be a life path that we're taking. And we want others to come with us.
Yeah. Well, it's not only with us, but I think I want to use our talents to help people whenever they were in our situations, as far as just the low, down in the dumps, bottom of the barrel, just feeling like they're not worth anything, let alone happiness, greatness, and self-worth, to be able to be like, hey, let me help you get out of that. Like, I've been there. I've definitely been scraping the bottom of the barrel.
And with plans and directions too. So it's not just generally like, be happy and live life.
Well, tell me why you're not happy. Like, no. It's this thing is not just somebody that you can come and cry to and then pay thousands of dollars for a 6 months course of, I'm just going to cry to them.
Yeah.
No,
Boo-hoo.
It's not that. Yeah, no. It's plans, actions, accountability, and then steps of actually, where are you at now? Where do you want to be at? And how are we going to get you there?
And you know what we're doing right now to facilitate that? We're doing the work right now ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's because you can't tell someone how to do something that you haven't been willing to do yourself or experienced yourself. So there's a lot of self-improvement that's going to come with the hopes that we're able to share that work and that plan with others.
Yeah. That we've experienced that. We've grown above that. This is how we did it, per se, but in a more refined way.
Right. And not that we're experts, but, I brought this up very specifically, and I'm going to go ahead and use his name because I need to do it. But Dave Ramsey, however you feel about him, he's a financial expert. And the reason why I have a lot of respect for Dave and his story is just because he came from having a lot of money and businesses. And, I don't have all the details, but I know that he experienced absolute bankruptcy and had to rebuild from the bottom back up. So his financial advice comes from a very real place, and I respect that. So anything that we're going to do, it's not because we're like, we know everything and we've always been at peace and we just know how to do it and follow our instructions because we're perfect. Not at all.
Nope.
Not at all. You need to have been somewhere to really understand what it takes to get to the other side.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a little more serious. I know we were jokey vampire poking each other, and we still do things like that too. But today was a little bit more serious.
So serious.
I love when he catches me off guard because I'm like, what is there, a spider? Like, what's going on? No. Whatever. So, yes, now on the more serious note, after he catches me off guard.
On the more serious note, yes.
We are so glad to be in the year 2026. We are so glad to not only have survived, but had amazing experiences and positive experiences from 2025. And we just hope that this is a great year. We'll get to look back on this as the year goes on and next year when we do the podcast again. And just hope that everybody out there, that you guys have an amazing new year. And it doesn't have to be written down goals or lose 100 pounds or whatever all the silly stuff is. You just have a great year.
Yeah.
And just be happy.
Yeah. I hope you're able to find yourself more if you feel like you've been lost. I hope that you may not get your goal, but you may decide to take the first step towards it versus just wishing for it. And I hope this year is the year that you take that first step.
Yes. Take steps with us, and we'll all celebrate every little victory on the way.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us for the Disco Ball Discourse, and have a great 2026. Bye.
Bye.